For the deep fried leeks, what you'll need obviously is your leeks. In addition to that, you do need to have some potato starch. Potato starch is definitely better than all-purpose flour because it's just a lot lighter. We also need some salt. And then we need a container to dredge the leeks in, as well as a sieve with a bowl, and that's to get rid of the excess flour. So for the actual cutting of the leeks, we're mainly going to be using the stalks. So I'm going to cut it so that most of the white part is showing. And you can see here that there is definitely some dirt that is in the leek. I am going to wash that after I've cut it. So I'm going to cut all the stems off, and you can see there's the dirt. And then what I'm going to do is cut the leek in half. And it's easier if you just keep the root on for right now, and then cut this right in the center. So that you have it. Okay. And now that you've halved it, you can pull the big stalks out that you can flatten. And if your leek is really big, you can actually first cut this in half and then cut it into matchstick strips. Okay. And then do the same thing for all of your strips here. And this was the end where the root was, so I'm just going to cut this tip off a little bit. Okay. And for the internal core, do the same thing. So now you have your strips of leeks, and you can see that it's definitely not really clean. And what we're going to do is put this in a big bowl, give it a good rinse. Okay, so when we wash it, just make sure you have a good bowl, and you can get them to really shake off all the dirt. And then place it in a colander. It'll be damp but not dripping, so that we can use some of the water as a adhesive when we dredge the leeks with the potato starch. So in the meantime, I am going to heat up about 2 cups of oil in a small little saucepan. So in a dredging plate, I like using this recyclable pie pan. I'm going to put my potato starch here, and I'm going to mix that with a little bit of salt. And you're going to do this in small little bunches. So place that in your container here and mix that, and then place it into your sieve where the excess of potato starch can fall through the sieve. So you're not going to be frying some clumps of dry powder. And you do that for the rest of your leeks here. So the actual water that you used from rinsing or washing the leeks, that is going to be the glue that allows the potato starch to stick to the leeks. Okay. Don't waste any of the potato starch. Do the rest. Okay. And so now we have our leeks that are now dredged with the potato starch salt mixture. All right, so I have my oil here in a little saucepan, and I have my leeks, and I have a paper towel on a pan there after my leeks are fried. So in order to test whether the oil is hot, just see if it starts to sizzle. And when it does, then you know that it's right. And you can see that with the potato starch, it creates this little crust, which is different than if you did not put the potato starch in. So I'm going to go ahead and put a bunch in. And just remember that the oil does bubble up. So you want to have a saucepan that is going to be tall enough so that when the oil does bubble up, it's not going to overflow, because that's essentially a kitchen fire. And it does somewhat lump together, but that's perfectly fine because you can separate them once it's cooked. So as it caramelizes, it gets a little golden brown, and that's what we're looking for. Just a little bit of brown, not too much white. And as it loses its moisture, you'll have less bubbling. Oh, and now you can hear it. It's really crispy. Can you hear that? It's like crispy fried onions. Okay, and then I'll just let all the oil soak up in the paper towels and then do the next batch. And here is the deep fried leek garnish, and you can see that it has this little crackly stuff from the potato starch, and if I snap it, it's crispy and light and so delicious. So now I'm going to put this as a garnish on a salad. More recipes can be found on SammyWong'sKitchen.com or social media. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks!